Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how to make a modesty panel for the back of your dresses, for a corset dress, a bustier. So if you are here to subscribe, please kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by. So if you're interested in this, please keep on watching and let's get started.
There's no mercy for money.
This is a pattern that I have already drafted and I have gone ahead to cut it out on my fabric, and I added stitching allowance all around this pattern. Okay, so I'll go ahead now and make a notch at the top part of this fabric, because when you take off the pattern paper it becomes difficult for you to know which part is the top part. Okay, in order not to get confused, go ahead and make notches when necessary. Okay, so after making the notches, and mind you, from the middle of this pattern paper I already took away about 2 inches from the pattern paper, because we need it to have a opening at the back for us to have a space for the modesty panel. Okay, I hope you understand. And I have 4 pieces here. Okay, both the lining and the fabric, 2 for the lining and 2 for the fabric. So what I'll do now is I'll go ahead and arrange it well, and I'll be taking out 2 inches again, but these 2 inches I'll replace it back. Okay, because I want this pattern to have an ankara at that part. You understand what I mean? Okay, so these 2 inches I'll cut it out and I'll replace it with my ankara. Okay, so I'll use this piece now to cut out on this ankara fabric. Okay, I'll be adding half inches, okay, to join it. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so I've cut it out and you can see what we have. Okay, so what I'll do now is to take one of this ankara. This part is not necessary. Okay, you don't want to cut out from it, you don't need to do this. So I'll take one of this ankara and I'll place it like this, and I'll stitch it down using the half inches allowance that I added, and it will look like this. Okay, so I'll do that for all the piece. Okay, so and then to create our modesty panel, I'll measure the distance from here, okay, to the down part, and I'll minus 2 inches from the top, and I'll also minus 2 inches at the bottom of this. Okay, because our modesty panel is supposed to be shorter than your actual fabric. So now I'll just go ahead and cut out from here the distance between here and here. Okay, I'll cut it out and I'll stitch that other one. So this is it. I have stitched it and you can see what it is looking like. Okay, so I'll just show you briefly. So this is what it will be looking like, okay, when we are done. Okay, so I'll keep that aside and I'll bring the modesty panel that I cut out. So this is the modesty panel, you can see. So I cut out 2 of these, 2. So you cut out 2 and you stitch it round. Yeah. Okay, so this looks big. It's kind of big for me. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and reduce it again. So I'm just measuring it to be sure, and I'll go ahead and just trim it off again, just to reduce the modesty panel. So after reducing it, I'll go ahead and stitch it all around. I'll leave only one part open, so I'll be turning it from that part. So this is it. Okay, so I'll first of all measure what I have here. Okay, just for better understanding. So for the length I have 10 and the width I have around 8 inches. So now this is it. Okay, this is what it is looking like, the joining part, and this is our modesty panel. You can see what we have. Okay, so now on this part here I'm going to be adding loops on the part, that part. Do not forget to create your boning channel before adding your loops. Okay, I've done that already. So this is the loops I added for one part. So what you do is just to place it like this. Okay, I've stitched all the side of this panel, as you can see. So you place your channel like this on your fabric, and then you bring the lining piece and you place the lining piece on top of it and you stitch it down. Okay, that is if your dress will not be having a shoulder or a back. My dress is going to be having a shoulder, so you just stitch it down and that's just basically it. Okay, after creating your loops. So but for me, I'll be adding a shoulder to my own dress, so I'll go ahead and create the same loops on this other part. So I've created the loops and this is what it is looking like. So what I'll do now is to bring so I'll just show you how I created these loops. So I just folded a bias tape like this, and then I folded it inwards. Okay, so the rough side should be facing outside while the cycle part should be facing inside of your dress. I hope that makes sense. And this is the modesty panel, so I'll just place the modesty panel like this. Like I said, my own back top will be having a shoulder, so this is it, and a neckline. This is my shoulder and neckline. Okay, if yours is not having, you don't need to add it. Okay, so now I'll first of all place the neck and I'll hold it down with a pin first like this. Okay, so after holding it down with a pin, I'll place my modesty panel. So I'm not stitching this neckline on the modesty panel, no, please. Okay, your modesty panel, you stitch it just on the back piece. So I'll now carry my lining and cover it. Okay, so you place your lining like this, and then you just go ahead now and hold it with your pin. Okay, and then after holding it with your pin, the next thing you'll be doing is just make sure that when you are stitching, you are arranging it properly, or you pin it down. Whichever one works for you is fine. So I'll stitch it here, and by the side. So the only part that will be left open is the down part of your back piece. Okay, so I'll repeat the same process here. I'll just insert my neck like this, and then I'll cover it with my lining. Okay, and then this part will not be having a modesty panel. Okay, so I'll stitch it here, and by the side, and leave the down part opened as well. And this is it. So I'll go ahead now and just bring it out the right side. So guys, you can also use an eyelet for this if you do not want to use a loop. Okay, so this is one side, and I'll bring out the other side as well. So this is the side with the modesty panel, and this is what it is looking like. You can see. So if you do not want to use a loop, you can use an eyelet for this. Okay, they are all the same thing. So now you go ahead and lace it up. Do not forget to create your boning channels. Do not forget that. Okay, I've created mine. Okay, don't forget that. Okay, so you just go ahead and lace up your top, and that is basically all for this video. So guys, I hope you find this video very helpful. If you do, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notification bell to get notified when I upload a new video. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. When you give it a thumbs up, other people get to see this video. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for stopping by, and this is what it is looking like. You can see it, and I'll just push the modesty panel inward so you can see it without a modesty panel. Okay, so thank you guys so much for watching. Till I see you in my next one. Bye bye.